Oh, what's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
Masante Morris.
Maxwell.
Yeah, and Pepsi, he is laid out in front of us, but I know he going to join us on the couch sooner or later. We on episode 50?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, episode 50, man. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Go ahead, yeah. You give us some applause for the...
I'm trying to find... There you go.
Good.
50 is...
That's a milestone.
That's a milestone.
Yeah, because I actually looked it up. Like 90% of podcasts don't make it to episode 10. And then after that, like another 90% don't make it to episode 20. So yeah, man.
And then the rest just go too fucking long. I'm ready. We could do 200 and I'm done. I'm not doing this after 2, 3. We'll see how I feel after 2. We'll definitely get to 100. But around 2, we reevaluating this shit.
Yeah, I need to start a family or something by then.
Yeah. What's that gonna be, like 2 more years? 3.
No.
Damn near.
No.
That might be like 3 years because it took us 52 weeks in a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm be selling feet. I need to change something in my life.
No, that is the goal. I am trying to somehow I'm going to make my transition from podcasting to feed, whether it's sooner or later. But yeah, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Yeah, subscribe to us on wherever you find your audio podcast needs, whether that be on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. And if you're watching us on YouTube, man, subscribe to that. And also, finally, all caught up on the YouTube. So I'm gonna make it my job to. I want to start dropping the video simultaneously with the audio, cause man, y'all gotta see how good we've been looking, man.
Yeah, you've been working out?
Yeah, I've been working out. I've been working on my skincare, trying to get all the blackheads out, all of that.
Mm-hmm. You been doing Kegels?
Yeah, I gotta keep it tight.
You've been doing squats and his Kegels?
But yeah.
I haven't been in the gym. I'm about to cancel. I gotta cancel my gym membership this week.
Where you got a gym membership at?
Blank. I don't want to do that no more. If you're listening to this and you are an executive at Blink,
I mean, Blink is a step up from Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Because Planet Fitness, I really don't even consider that a gym. It's just a place that got some weights in it.
Yeah, it's
where
just
people
like,
congregate.
It's just like
it's a step up. It's
when you don't get accepted to colleges after high school, and you don't got a job.
And it's for the niggas that just got out, but they want to still feel like they in prison. That's when you go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, all the small men you can.
Jesus.
It's an all you buffet.
Yo, you know what the most dangerous gym to work out is?
What?
You ever go to the Planet Fitness or the Blink in Chelsea?
Nah,
smart. Oh, even you ever been to the one down by the Cellar on West 4th?
Nah.
Also smart.
What is it? Is it Planet Fitness?
It's our Blink. It's one of those yeah, but
Blink ain't that bad.
the dudes be kind of aggressive though. The locker room joints kind of have you a little, yeah.
No, Blink, I feel like, the ones I've been to are fine, but Planet Fitness, I just couldn't imagine the depravity of a New York City Planet Fitness. Like, if you paid fucking $1,900 for rent for a closet, you can afford a little bit better membership.
And that's the thing with gyms. You really do get exactly what you pay for. And I start understanding that going to the Y on 14th Street. Where, like, sometimes, I mean, I guess that's anything with life. You're not really paying for the service. You're paying to be separate from a group of people. So, for real, as fucked up as it sounds, I'm paying this money so I don't have to see y'all niggas.
No, that's 100% true. Like, when you go out to a nice dinner, and you like, why is a chicken sandwich $45? So it's like, well, there's 10 included for no black people, 20 for the sandwich, and another 5 for like candles and shit.
I'll be honest.
Wait, I think I missed another.
You did.
Yeah.
Sure, about $10.
Don't make me do math right now.
Yeah.
This is my day off work.
No, but I guess it's another $10 for to be separate from the people that put eyelashes on their cars.
Yo,
I already said black. Yeah, 20. It's getting away from black people is worth $20.
Oh shit! But shit, we on episode 50, which is a milestone. Which I wanted to ask, like, yo, like, how's the journey been for y'all? Like, has podcasting like taught you anything, or like you learned anything about yourself during this?
Have I learned anything about myself? I don't think I've learned anything about myself from doing this. I feel like during this time I've been doing work on myself, and it's been,
Okay.
and maybe sometimes it'll come out in here, but like
Okay,
I'm still,
I like that.
I mean, like this has been like a whole year of me being, a bigot. So I don't think I've really improved much on camera. You feel me?
Yeah. It's more so you just doing the work outside of this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's...
And it kind of intertwines.
Yeah, I think as a comic, you probably relate to this. As you try to be a better person in your actual life, it makes you want to be more fucked up comedically. Because you're like, you don't get any... You don't like engage in any evil in your regular life.
And it needs to release somewhere.
Right.
Because Bro, I'm glad you
said either that. Like on stage or on a homeless person's face.
Yeah, cause no, seriously.
With a baseball bat.
No, seriously, because that's why I feel like with clean comics.
Yeah.
I feel like because like with clean comics, people that try to give this presentation of, I'm this nice, wholesome person. I wear suits. I wear, I don't curse. Because they're not letting that out, they're not getting that release on stage. Then they get that release elsewhere.
Yeah, Bill Cosby. Remember that guy that went around colleges across the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of examples of just like... Yeah. Those are probably two most notable, though.
I guess for me, what I learned during this journey and the thing that I'm enjoying is getting used to being patient again. Like, it's definitely helping me with patience as far as, everything that's worth keeping, it takes a while. Mm-hmm. It takes a while to form. And when you get something fast, you could lose it fast. So if this would have exploded fast and, took on and gained a huge following quick, you might have lost that following quick. Whereas, slowly building this is giving people a chance to get to know us along the way. So that's one thing I definitely appreciated. And I've also appreciated, just getting to be bad at something again. Where as far as like with comedy, going through that whole phase of, all right, I'm not going to be as good as I want starting out, but I'll figure it out week by week, and just enjoying the journey. Yeah,
that's like a really valuable lesson that I feel like a lot of people don't really get a chance to learn. Like everybody goes to school, and you're not that good at school, but you figure it out. But you get your hand held along the way for a lot of your life to the point where you already prepared by the time you get to like college. But for some like an artistic craft or just like something like comedy, filmmaking, like entertainment shit, you start out really bad, but then once you get good, you're like, damn, this kind of just like is the process for everything that is worthwhile.
Right. Yeah. So I guess we could get into it. Wanted to start with the show announcements before we do get into some of the topics. I finally secured the D.C. date. I'll be in Washington D.C. September 24th.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. So I'll put the link to the tickets in my bio in the description of this episode, both on the audio and the YouTube. So yeah, September 24th. If y'all want to see some stand up, y'all want to finally come see me perform, man, come out to that. And also, I just found this out. I actually, it slipped my mind because I shot this movie. So I shot this role in the movie a little while ago. September 27th, Plan B comes out. Plan B, that's a movie starring John Heder. John Heder, most notably known as Napoleon Dynamite. He's in this. He's starring in this movie alongside Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee, great comedian, writer. She writes on the show Ted Lasso. So the movie is about, it's a one night stand with an awkward neighbor, and she ends up pregnant, and the woman decides to sleep with a businessman, and she tells him that he's the father of the unborn baby. And this movie is actually the director of this, Brandon. we actually went to school together. We went to St. Joe's together, and we shot a short film. We shot a short film together. I think back in 2017, 2016 maybe. This was like a short film that he wrote while he was in school. So to see him go from, you know, us shooting just a short film that it was just me and 2 other people starring in it, to now him directing his first featured film, it's dope. It's dope to see. And this movie will be out September 27th on Amazon or wherever you buy your movies at.
Oh, look who doesn't have a fucking headshot on IMDb.
As much shit as I talk about Tubi actors, I still ain't got no picture up.
I feel like you could probably submit to like the IMDb website or something, and maybe somebody might review it. I don't know. You should figure out that process.
Yeah, no, I definitely should.
It's real unprofessional of you, and I'm disappointed.
It is. Yeah, but I guess before we get into topics, wanted to start off with some questions from the listeners. Wanted to start off with that. Had a few good questions coming up, man. So this one, first question is from Jeremiah from Texas. He's also the one that asked us the good question last week. I think his ad name is @Rocco the Rap King. But he asked this question. He said, you feel like trying to become an artist is a bad thing? Because he does fashion design. And with us doing comedy, do we feel like it's something that's oversaturated, especially being minorities?
Yeah, we need to restrict black people's access to screen printing and fabric scissors and seam rippers. We need to reevaluate our relationship as a people to those things. But you know, there's things like this kind of have to be oversaturated, so you know what not to do and like how to be innovative. Like you got to be able to see like, oh, everybody's doing this, so I'm gonna not do that.
Right. Because even, you know, we started this podcast in 2023, right? Where at a time where the ongoing thing is we don't need another podcast. We don't need more men with microphones, stuff like that. But
which I totally agree. I think somebody should take this away from me. They're like the podcast, like the word podcast. It was such a beautiful thing. And like when they first got popular, like, oh, you hear this podcast? They talk about, you know, outer space or some shit, and then like immediately it just becomes about fucking just terrible shit, like how to like mistreat people in your life more effectively and shit. Like it got bad.
Yeah, but even with it becoming a oversaturated lane, like you said, with the oversaturation, it does show you what you shouldn't do, and then you also, you know, you get the good influence of what you should do. You might see some things you like okay, like, you know, I've taken some influence from the podcast that I do. Like I listen to a lot of sports podcasts, so I'm like, okay, I see how they do this great. How can I implement this, but still make it innovative and unique to me in my own way when I'm giving my perspective? And same thing with comedy. People might say, they just letting anybody just doing comedy now. But because, you know, with people just having the access to just do whatever, I feel like no matter if something is oversaturated or not, only the good will last. Yeah,
I mean, everybody's always been allowed to do comedy. Like I feel like there's always been like 95% of comedy was just like dog shit. But like now there's more people on the planet, and there's a clearer path for you to get past that first level of not being seen now. So, you know, obviously more people are going to do that, but
then too, I feel like the oversaturation in one lane just happens when people move from another different thing. Yeah. Because, you know, people might say comedy or podcasting is oversaturated now, but it's just because the technology has shifted in a different way. Yeah. So back in the day, like back in the 60s, early 70s, people might have said, God damn, it seemed like there's 4 niggas singing on every corner. Yeah. Like do we have, like, How many more singing groups do we need? Do we need another Temptations?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need another Sly and the Family Stone or another Isley Brothers or something like that? Might have been so many people trying to mimic them, but those guys were so great and unique in their own way where they were able to rise to the top.
Yeah, everybody wants a piece of that. I think it's good to, like, when you think you really have something, you know, like when you're like, I got a good fucking idea and I'm gonna stick with this, and then you see that it's oversaturated, and then you see like a bunch of people are in the same realm as you. Like, all right, let's maybe take like a joke or something, like topics wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see like a lot of people are doing comedy, but this one thing that's pretty common knowledge, you have a take on it, and you find out nobody else went that way. Like, it's good to be like, damn, a lot of people have the same exact information as me and the same exact resources and opportunity, but nobody's doing the shit the way that I do. So that's reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you like an artist or something, like, motherfuckers been playing guitars for hundreds of years and you found a way to play it in your own way and shit, like, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah, because shit, that's the one thing I realized. Like, for example, my barber joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first came up with my barber joke, the way I used to do it was, I used to say, men are more faithful in their relationship with their barber than they are to their girls, right? But that was so just a general statement that anybody could take. And I'm sure that other people have also made that same joke. So
I mean, that literally, that has happened to me. And like, where like my barber was in jail and I went to the shop and I was like, I hope that while I'm getting my haircut, this nigga don't like walk in and see me get my haircut by somebody else. So like, that's it. It's relatable, but the way that I don't think anybody, well, nobody, if somebody could have done it the way you did it, they would have.
Right.
But
yeah, and that's like, that was the situation I was going through. So I had to make that unique to me, to where nobody could take it from me. Like, I'm sure other people have gone through it with me, but I know I haven't seen anybody do it in that way. Yeah. So it's like, well, art, try to make it unique to you because nobody could take your story.
Yeah, and I think if you are having trouble figuring out how to make it good, it's because you probably, aren't in tune with yourself enough. You probably need to fucking develop your personality a little bit.
But, I mean, I guess it's tough. Like, we talking about in terms of like comedy or podcast, but I guess
I'm trying to talk about everything. I think I'm trying to encompass like all things.
Okay.
Like, if you having a trouble figuring out how to convey yourself, it might be because you don't even understand yourself. So like, that's the first step, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
Like, learn the tools of the trade, and also work on like who you are and being in tune with that shit. And that shit, like, I've seen it come together millions of times. It's just a process.
And you can't rush the process. And the thing about the process is that you never know when it might happen.
Yeah.
Like, it might happen. You might be lucky where you might figure it out in your early 20s, but you might not figure out what you want to do or what path you're supposed to take to what, 30, 40, 50s. Like, no matter what. I mean, as long as you better than the next day, that's all you could really ask of yourself.
Yeah, even then, you still depend on the external world, Like, even if you're really good at fucking architecture, you might not get a good architecture job until fucking 20 years later because you stuck in this, small town you grew up in and you didn't leave, shit like that. Like, the opportunities you might be the best at something, but if just a random one-of-the-mill person is seeing that you're the best, they're thinking, oh, this guy's the best in Oklahoma, but you might be the best in the country. They just not, putting you up there.
Because even with this podcast, right, we've been doing this podcast for a year, but, the people that I went to school with, like the people I went to high school with, they know I started doing my video blogs my junior year of high school, which was, I started doing my video blogs my senior, the fall semester of my senior year, which was 2009. So it was like, with this podcast, where I'm at now, this is really like 15 years in the making. It might look like it happened overnight, but it's like, no, this has been a long ass grind trying to figure this out. I just happened to start early. I just happened to find my passion early and what I like to do early, but it's been a long journey getting to this point.
Yeah, and it's still like a daily, like, painstaking process, and it sucks a lot of the time. And I don't think I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Being an artist it's a bad thing for sure.
Yeah.
Because the artists kind of suck, like as people.
No, this shit is so unhealthy, man.
Yeah, like it's terrible people, but it's so worth it because if you could bring something new to it,
Yeah. Also, another question I had from @Hukadonchik Jr. Five Guys or Arby's?
Who the fuck would say Arby's? I've never even eaten at Arby's before once in my life.
Max, what you got? Five Guys or Arby's?
I've never eaten at Arby's either. It's like never seen something that's been appealing. And the only Five Guys I ever had was in Times Square, and it was like,
You don't like? Oh, well, I guess
I never really have it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only experience I had was the one in Times Square.
There's Five Guys down the block from here. I love Five Guys. It's just so damn expensive. Like, you just better hope it's a pay week.
I'm saying like Arby's though, like people. I don't know. Like I've never known anyone to really go to Arby's.
Brittany like Arby's.
Really?
Yeah, she love a fish sandwich from Arby's. Cause
where do you even find the Arby's?
Arby's.
I don't know. Arby's have fish.
They got like
there's nothing they don't have.
They got roast beef. Roast beef. Arby's is good, but I feel like you got to go a little further out. Arby's is like Chick-fil-A's more conservative, racist cousin. Like, no, but I hear that shit is good though.
I'm sure it's not bad, but it's just like you don't need everything just because it tastes good.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, what other questions do I? Oh, one other question I had from my man Kai. He asked, "How come white people don't move when you say excuse me?"
Because they don't give a fuck about you. That's pretty.
Yeah, they think you sweet.
Yeah.
No.
My advice would be to person in the face if they don't say excuse me and just see what happens.
No, but
see how your life turns out after that.
No, but white people, they do love congregating just in the middle of anywhere.
Yeah.
But shit, if I was white, man, I'd try to see what I could get away with too.
Yeah. I seen a white person on Depop trying to sell like a belt buckle that looked like a real gun. I was like, damn, you not scared of shit? You walk around with a belt with a gun just like visible, just waiting to get stopped by a cop or something. They be getting away with shit. And I honestly, like, if I had the privilege, I would be abusing it for sure.
Yeah.
Like I would most definitely steal shit because I know nobody's watching me.
Bro, I'm gonna I need to come up with that list.
A list of what?
Things I would do if I was white.
I would look at people like this. How you doing?
Yeah. Mitch, I said hi. Don't give me no smile.
Yeah, I don't like that shit because it's like, where do y'all learn that from? That's my thing. It's like, how does every white person know to do this when they see somebody?
Yeah, I hate that fake ass smirk. I guess that smirk is like black people's head nod.
The head nod is universal. I see people of all cultures do and understand head nod, like acknowledgement. White people gotta learn to move when and somebody says excuse me, and black people, we gotta learn to. I don't know. I don't really got no negative criticisms of black people right now. Just stop making so many T-shirts. That's really it.
No, but that is crazy that all white people know to give that fake smirk when you say how you doing. It's kind of like throwing the ball for a dog.
Yeah, they just instinctively.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we get into the topics this week.
It's like how Mexicans know at the age of 12 to make out in public. It's like they already got it down immediately.
All right, so this week I want to start off with some. You want to start off serious or?
I don't think it matters because I feel like at this point everybody knows I'm incapable of taking anything seriously. So you might as well just do whatever. I don't know. You got the list right here. What is it?
We can talk about Sexyy Red, Dr. Umar.
Let's go Sexyy Red. Sexyy Red makes me happy. So I feel like we should start positively.
Okay, all right. So this past week, Sexyy Red, she launched her new line of lip gloss. She decided to launch her new line of lip gloss, and some of the names. Wait, can you go back? No, I'll show you the link. That one right up top. So Sexyy Red, she launched her new lip gloss line, and some of the names are like very sexually charged, very promiscuous.
Let's read all of them off because they're all funny, but.
Okay, so first off, we got Coochie Juice.
Coochie Juice.
We got Booty Hole Brown.
Booty Hole Brown.
I like that color. I like that color. I love a good.
The alliteration is on point too. It rolls off the tongue. Booty hole brown. That sounds good.
I love a good balloon nut. We got nut.
I'm gonna thumbs down that one.
We got pussy hole pink.
Back with the alliteration.
Yeah,
that.
We got yellow discharge.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, because I feel like yellow discharge, it has like a little greenish tint to it. We got gonorrhea.
I don't even know what gonorrhea looks like. Thank God.
Yeah. Blue balls. And we have sex on my period.
I don't know what that looks like. And that, I'm a thumbs up. That's progressive.
Sex on my period might be like a little close to booty hole brown. But it's
more of a rust than a brown per se.
Like this lip gloss might as well come with a bottle of Pharcyde too.
Yeah, this shit is like, I don't even care about the names. I want to know, do you test this on animals? That's what I'm curious about. Like, let's check the animal rights violations of this company. Cause I'll buy my girl yellow discharge, but if you're putting it on a bunny rabbit's eyeball, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yo, and I want to support her so bad, man. Like, I want to support her so bad, but this shit is pissing me off, man.
I don't think I want to support her. I think I just don't want to be. I think I just have this like instinctual like
to want to see a black woman make it. I want like,
no, I like seeing people fail. No, what I wanted to see is like I feel like I acknowledge that we kind of have like a slut shamey like upbringing.
Okay.
And I want to examine that a little bit. Like I want to think inside of myself like am I just reacting in the way that I've been taught to react, or should I like I want to give her a chance. Okay. You know, I want to like step outside of myself and give her a chance. So that's why I kind of always root for her a little bit. But yellow discharge, I don't know. And gonorrhea, like that's bad ideas.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Your name is a color. Bitch, we couldn't get a sexy red.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Like who's marketing this? Oh, white people. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, white people. That answers my questions. White people market it for.
Like
they think it's funny that black people have like higher rates of sexual transmitted diseases or whatever. Isn't it funny that you guys have AIDS and gonorrhea and shit? Isn't it funny that Atlanta is a fucking hazmat zone?
Yeah, this shit is it's like, cause it's like, who is this for?
Black people that white people are able to market to.
Nah, this shit,
which is a specific type of person that's susceptible to marketing that isn't really even meant for you.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I want to see her do good. But at some point it's like, just come on, man.
I don't know. I feel like I understand. I think the direction is great. I think going like, I'm going to be a little like grotesque about it, you know, but again, I don't know what I'm looking at. You feel me? Again, like I'm trying not to be reactionary, but this looks like some bullshit. Yeah. And I don't know why we have to market such awful shit to black people and children. You know, that's really who's gonna end up buying some fucking colorful, weird looking lip gloss.
Yeah, because I can't.
Ain't nobody 50 about to buy this shit.
Yeah, like it's a certain type of person that's gonna buy the nut.
Yeah,
or the booty hole brown for their lips.
A 17-year-old girl who's like, as soon as I graduate and turn 18, I'm going to start OnlyFans. Like that's kind of like who I'm thinking about. You know, like I'm concerned. It's like how they sell like colored, not colored. It's like how they sell flavored blunts in the ghetto. Because like if you get like the sex on my period lip gloss, you telling me like a kid's not gonna feel like more of an adult buying that shit? Like, I mean, if you're 30 and you buying this, okay, I totally get it. You're a loser. I understand. But, you know.
Oh, wait, but also it says...
Pussy hole pink, I understand, though. Booty hole brown, I'm still on board with those. Those are great alliteration and great naming.
But I think it says also, I think sex on my period is also fruit scented.
I feel like it should smell like pennies.
That's what I'm saying. The majority of these lip glosses should smell like when you lick a battery.
Yeah, definitely. Blue balls should smell like sweat. And
blue balls smell like frustration and when you hate your girl.
Coochie juice should smell like a spicy salmon roll. Should smell like sushi. And honestly, that's not a bad smell. Like some fresh sushi, if you could make that scent, you know, with the with some ginger,
Yeah.
coochie juice. I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this shit isn't even that like raunchy. I feel like it's kind of safe.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like coochie juice. The boogeyman's gonna get me. Sex. Isn't it crazy? People have sex. What are you, fucking Christians?
This lip gloss comes with taking a needle in the ass.
What you been through, bro? Because I don't get all these references you talking about. I'm clean as a whistle.
I have a trouble past. No, but yeah, shout out to Sexyy Red. Shout out to Sexyy Red, and we hope business goes well for you. But no, this is what I really wanted to talk about this past week. So, Dr. Umar was recently on a podcast with Mouse Jones. You know Mouse, right?
Who?
Mouse?
Mouse who?
Mouse Jones, he's
Mouse
how could I
Jones.
describe Mouse? Host from Brooklyn. He hosts a lot of events out here. Podcasts. Now he's doing comedy. Now comedian. He hosts the Trap Karaoke. But you know, they were sitting down and they were having a discussion on the podcast, and Dr. Umar said hip hop hasn't done anything for the black community. And let me see, I want to play this clip right here where they were discussing this.
I know what you're talking about now.
For me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally we're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
It
made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs.
Now, I'm going to play the rest of the clip, but think about that. To say it hasn't done shit in 50 years, hip-hop is a young thing. 50 years isn't a long time to really change the community.
I mean, I don't know.
Compared to the hundreds of years of setbacks.
Yeah, that's a cop out. We've had plenty of time to get our shit together.
But all right, wait.
We've had obstacles, but like, let's not act like we're not fully capable human beings.
No, we are. But matter of fact, let me put the rest of the clip. Hold up.
It then gave jobs to.
They gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto.
He is scaring the hoes right now.
You
Why
can't
you
tell
yelling?
me that somebody
50
grew up
years
in the hood.
hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community.
That's
gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The
That's
first thing
incorrect.
out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion, and you started yelling over me.
What
But
else?
then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about these camera operators, these new people coming up
Let me
with
make it
new
real concrete for you.
I just made it concrete.
No, it wasn't. That was all bullshit.
No,
give
what
me a
you're about
relevant.
to say-
Give me a relevant institution that hip hop built in any community anywhere in America in
just told you.
50 fucking years.
I just told you.
No, you.
He is off his meds. That's obnoxiously loud.
All right. No.
So has hip hop done anything for the black community? No. But like, why is music being asked to do the job of community organizations and shit? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
And that's my exact point. To say what has hip hop done for the community, whereas like the place that responsibility on rappers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where hip hop is such a young thing, and you know, I look at it this way:
they killed like every leader that ever made any sort of difference. It's like, what the fuck you think is gonna happen? I mean, it's not. nobody says that EDM has done nothing for white people,
bro.
It's like,
That's my point.
I was gonna ask you.
We're supposed to be having fun.
And
what is the reflection that rock and roll has had for the white community?
that's
It was the
what
devil's
has
music at
What
one
has
point.
country done for the white community? What is like, you know, and we can take it outside of that. What is most what is most urban Latin music before reggaeton really made its pop? Like, what was that doing for anyone?
People get pregnant. That's about it.
Thank you. That's it. That's what it's there for.
You dance, you have fun.
I don't know. Is there any correlation between music and responsibility opposed to music and an emotional release? I've always thought of that as what it's supposed to be. Opposed to.
I think music reflects. I think music reflects society. I don't think society is built by music.
And that's my exact point where I get what he's saying, right? I get what he's saying, but when he says, what concrete institutions do we have from hip hop? I guess he's saying like as far as like schools, our own banking system, supermarkets, things.
What, we gonna have the fucking Slick Rick Academy, nigga? What the fuck is he talking about? It doesn't make any sense that hip hop is responsible for that.
Right? Like, why am I asking Jay-Z to clean up New York over Eric Adams?
Eric fucking Adams, the actual mayor,
and also
a black dude.
There's something very important that needs to be pointed out with this. Just as he said, it has affected the individual, correct. But what those individuals have done with the money that they've gained from hip-hop really sets the tone for things. For example, with Jay-Z and the reopening and upgrading of the Brooklyn Library, it doesn't seem like something in mass, but that is something that they've contributed.
But not even just that.
That's good.
Not even just that, right? So, a lot of rappers have grown up in like the similar communities we've grown up in, where even you have a lot of rappers that might come from single parent households, but even you do have rappers that come from 2-parent households, but they might come up in a crime filled environment or a gang environment, like somebody like Kendrick had his mom and dad, but he's grown up in Compton, whereas rap just might be a release and it's something that it gives you that happiness, and then you find your passion in it, and then one day it becomes, this might be a way out, and it takes off. So I look at it the same way as with comedy for me, right? People might ask me, hey, how come you don't run your own weekly show, or you never ran your own monthly?
Because you're lazy.
No, but
no, you're lazy. That's the reason I don't like doing it. I do it, but I fucking hate it.
No, but yeah, it does. That does play a big part, because it's like I didn't get in comedy to be a showrunner. I got in comedy to be funny on stage. But you might, for the people that do run their own shows, it's some people that genuinely do like running a show. But then there's some people that they might not have the opportunities to get on other shows. So because of that lack of opportunity there, it's like I have to create this opportunity. So with hip hop, right, it's the same thing. I got in rap to rap. I like making songs. I like freestyling. I like being in the studio with my guys. I didn't get into rap to own a grocery store. I didn't get into rap to run a bank. It's like we say so many times that we shouldn't trust entertainers to be the ones to lead society. We shouldn't hold what they say as like the gospel, but at the same time now we're asking these same people that we say we shouldn't listen to their word to save us.
Yeah, like where Max is talking about, he says Jay-Z like opened the like public library or some shit like that. I forget exactly how he worded it, but it's like it's cool. It's great that Jay-Z did that, but why did nobody do that until Jay-Z came along? Like that's kind of the problem. Like why is it that everything of value that comes like towards the black community, why does it have to come from artists and like entertainers and shit? I mean the answer is like kind of obvious. We lost all of our momentum and steam with the movements that we had, and it all got fucking demolished. But there was times when that shit was popular. Like think about Public Enemy, like that type of shit where people wanted to hear that type of shit because like that was the sentiment right now. Like fuck the police, fight the power. Like all that shit was very popular. But niggas don't want to hear that no more, so nobody makes the music. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
And to ask that of
nobody
hip-hop,
twerks to fuck the police.
But to ask that of hip hop, right? Nobody's asking what his Jelly Roll or what has, nobody's asking what has Post Malone done to help his people.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. You guys don't really have to organize. You don't even have to talk about shit. It's just the way that things are set up. It's already just the natural path.
Well, you allowed an infiltrator, so it's on you.
But I look at it kind of like, what Mos Def said on Black on, what's the first album?
Black on Both Sides.
Yeah, he says like, when people ask me where's hip hop going, it's like, ask yourself where you going. And so I look at it like there is negative aspects of rap, but I think it's really just negative aspects of life, and people just gravitate towards what they feel like resembles what they're going on. Kind of like, like drill music, right? Whereas like...
Yeah, if that shit wasn't going on, the music wouldn't exist. But it's going on, and the kids like music, so they gonna make music about...
But even without the drill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if that type of music was around, the crime would still be happening. It wasn't drill music in the 80s when people was out there doing crack.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird because there was like the 70s, 80s were very violent, but people weren't making music about it. And I think it might just be that, the sentiment was, or like the general idea was nobody wants to hear that. Like people want to escape that for a minute and like hear about, loving a woman. But now, like 2024, all the kids understand that loving a woman is actually pretty gay. So like none of them want to do that. It's like loving a woman, no, that's gay. Let's go hang out with my friends, and talk about how much I love them and hug them. There's nothing gay about that.
There is a long list of rappers that, do give back. Some might be tax purposes, where it's like, all right, if I don't spend this money, it's going to be taken from me for anyway.
Oh, also, I wanted to talk about how like rappers are low key like homoerotic.
No, they definitely are.
Like hypermasculinity is like usually accompanied by some homoerotic shit. Like we had the gym together, of like getting lifted, like lifting weights and just getting like really like hyped about the shit.
Mm-hmm.
We both take our shirts off and like high five and shit. That's wild gay. Not that it's wrong with it, but like to just act like it's not there and shit and not address it.
But I mean, do you think rappers have a responsibility to fix their communities?
I think every person in a community should have a responsibility to fix it. Like I think every single person should feel that, but since nobody feels like that, why would a rapper all of a sudden feel like that? Like why are we putting the responsibility on one nigga that makes it out of a community of people that don't care about each other?
Also, hip hop isn't coke. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
Like a cola or drug?
Yeah. Like it's not Coca-Cola. It's not built in one unified structural stance. So for you to say that hip hop itself hasn't contributed anything for the long-standing point, hip hop's not unified.
Yeah, it's like saying poetry isn't.
Exactly. So it's not there. But for you to say that in a general sense, it's like, all right. But then when it comes down to the individual basis, so it's like, all right, hip hop may have not, but hip hop then gave these, whatever people the amount of money that they needed to succeed. And then a good deal of them had started philanthropies. We just went through a list right now. And, it just shows you. So one is relative of the other. Obviously, there's no, you know how the people like big tobacco? Like, there's no big hip hop. Like in order.
But not even just in that aspect. So the trickle down effect, right? Where like hip hop, Jay-Z, for example. Jay-Z was this kid that came from, a struggling household in the projects, single mother with other siblings, and he made his way out of it to where, he starts his own record label. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, the movie that blew him up, State Property. A direct.
He was in State Property?
I mean, not State
Paper
Property,
Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers. I'm thinking of Beans.
What was he?
Yeah.
Paper Soldiers.
Yeah, that was like his first.
Oh, he was breaking the houses and shit.
Yeah, his first cult classic where he became like, a name, a direct thing from hip hop. To where, shit. He eventually later he takes off, he starts a show, Heart of the City, where that shit helped me.
Yeah.
So it's like hip hop has helped so many people in so many ways that when you really think about it, you don't even notice how many like people it's helped along the way.
I don't know about all that shit. I feel like I don't think we can give hip hop credit for that. I just think that like that's kind of just the spirit of any kind of black art organization and community.
Mhm.
Like, it was to help each other out.
Yeah.
So like hip hop, it is kind of the spirit of like, you know, Black Americans and shit. Like that's there. I don't think. I think if we were to kind of update that kind of essence of it, then hip hop will follow. Because hip hop can only be what the people are.
Right.
Like I said, drill music would not exist if niggas were not shooting each other in the head constantly. It might heighten it a little bit, like, because like, you know, you might be feeling like a little nervous, and then you listen to a song, pop a perk, now you ready to shoot somebody. You know, it might you know, have a detrimental effect in that way. But if it didn't happen, it wouldn't exist.
But you can't say niggas are shooting each other in the head because of the drill music.
Yeah, it's not. That's unrealistic.
Yeah. But, you know, has hip hop helped you in a positive way?
Yeah, it's music. I love music.
Shit, like, even like for me, like, you know, that's what, like, I try to listen to more positive. That's honestly, that really is how I got into Ace Hood. It is, bro. Cause it's like, you know,
we need to have an Ace Hood counter on this motherfucker. Every time he says Ace Hood, we put a quarter in a jar.
Dude, like, cause I need it. Like, you know, I love the music that people would say is more negative, but it is nice to have somebody preaching about working on yourself. It's nice to hear somebody rapping about going to the gym, therapy, being a better man, being a better father, things of that shit. I even remember Saha saying that. Whereas like rappers, you know, a lot of like rap has turned into like club music where you got rappers rapping about Friday and Saturday night, but who's making music for Sunday through Thursday? So that's like a thing too, where, you know, like, so it's like it's all types of music out there. It's just whatever, you know, you kind of gravitate towards your lifestyle and who you are trying to become as a person. Because I think the music is more so a reflection of you and not the other way around.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's anything else to. I mean, let's be honest. Dr. Umar yelling on a podcast,
and I'll be with Umar. I really do be with Umar, and then he goes extreme to, like, you know, the point like this. Like, you know, I'm always for somebody that's pro-black, but then it's that extreme route. You know, the whole extremeness of, like, you know, certain topics he talks about, interracial dating and LGBTQ, the whole thought process and rights behind that.
Yeah,
it's
grits.
Like,
yeah, he don't like grits. He thinks black people spend too much money on grits.
Dogs.
Grits are like $5 and they last 6 months.
I ain't gonna lie, I do spend a lot of grit money.
Like, what if it was oatmeal? Do you think? Like, he's like, stop buying oatmeal and donate to my school. I don't know. I fuck with the shit he says, but he's a human being.
I just don't like the thing of blaming hip hop or putting the responsibility on them to fix the community over rappers. Where it's like, shit, we got mayors and actual elected officials in Pennsylvania, but I'm supposed to ask, how has Meek helped North Philly?
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Just because he's rich doesn't. We shouldn't be like I don't know. He's kind of talking about, like, he kind of like rails against, like, you know, capitalism and shit. And it's like, you can't expect philanthropy to actually help. It don't matter what skin color you are. Philanthropy is bullshit. It's not really a structural change. You can't rely on that. Like, you know, it didn't do shit in 50 years. It's like, what the fuck was it supposed to do?
And then,
Like, it was supposed to be a soundtrack to, like, when if the Black Panther Party was still around, people would be rabid about it. Like, it's supposed to be a soundtrack to what's going on. What's going on is just what's going on. The music is just a reflection. So I don't know. Like, yeah, like I said, we can't talk. You can't really dissect everything he says, because sometimes he just be saying shit. How would we even change hip hop? I'm curious. Like, people that say like it's bad and everything. I'm like, what should it look like? Like, should we have like this pro-black art form, and then just there's no actual like pro-black shit in the media, the news? Like, don't it gotta start in reality first?
yeah. So before we get out of here, back as usual with another one, the Tubi movie of the week. This week we watch, and this week, like, you know, this movie had some of our Tubi favorites in it, and we got to see them in a different city. This week we watched Glow. That's GLO. We watched Glow. You know, it's like a drama, crime, little thriller. And this one, it stars, Detroit's favorite, Crystal the Dog, but we got to see her in another city. We got to see her out in, I believe this was around North Jersey. North
Yeah,
Jersey.
it's a good thing I like this movie because I don't want to talk shit about anybody I'm close to in proximity. I'm fine with talking shit about like Detroit because I don't go there.
Yeah, so it stars Crystal the Doll, Nia Lee, Camille Hassan, Denzel Dandridge.
Who's Denzel Dandridge?
Denzel Dandridge, he was in a lot of movies that we watched. He was,
The dude with the lisp.
yeah, he was the mean nigga in
Yep. In the wood.
No.
That's not him.
No. In the Tubi movie,
In Rose Gold.
he was in Rose Gold, but he was in a movie where
Absence of Innocence. That was it. He was mean in that one, right?
he's mean to most of them, but the
He's
one
mean.
where he was mean to the girl in school when she lied on him.
Yeah, what movie was that? I don't remember what movie that was. He's like super misogynistic, but he also has a lisp. He's like, man, I don't give a fuck about these bitches. These bitches ain't shit.
I think Absence of Innocence.
Yes, I think that is the one, right? Because he like.
I believe Absence of Innocence is the
I
one.
don't think we gave enough credit to the fact that they have like the fake ass Marvel entrance at the beginning of their movies. That's actually pretty hard.
No, but this movie. But overall, I did like this movie. And it also had
Okay.
and it had Marquise Moore was in this movie. Marquise Moore, and he's a actual actor.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's been in he was in ATL. He's a few episodes of Snowfall.
Yeah, I think that's where I've seen him the most.
He was on Snowfall. He's been in episodes of Law and Order, episodes of The Walking Dead. So it's nice to see that he has this balance of, I don't want to say professional. He has this balance of, he's grounded, I will say, and he'll reach back and help up and coming
I don't know
actors. And
I think every actor needs a check. So what I appreciate is the fact that he's able to do major productions and also collect a check from like smaller productions.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because like being an actor, you can't just wait around for a fucking studio to call and shit. Like you got to go out and get it.
Right.
So I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah. I like this movie. It was directed by Adrian True Toscano.
Italian guy? Fucking Italian?
Yeah. And this movie, it did have a good amount of whites in here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and in Tubi fashion, they were horrible.
Yeah.
They're terrible actors, but I feel like they do that on purpose to make them seem more evil, to make them not seem like people.
Yeah, this movie.
It's actually like a pretty good subliminal. Like the white people don't talk like people because they're evil and they're not. Like they're demons pretending to be people, so they can't get their lines right.
No, I like this movie a lot, man.
I to be honest with you, I watch most of these movies in parts because sometimes something takes me out of it. But I sat and I was watching the movie and I was like, okay, I wonder what happens. I wanted to know what happens next. And like every scene, I'm like, damn, I wonder what happens next. Like the story, for the most part, it followed a structure and it actually developed over time. Now there was some unnecessary shit.
Oh, of course, it was definitely some unnecessary scenes, and as a viewer discretion is advised around the 8-minute mark.
Yeah,
Like the way these movies just harm. The way they show sexual assault is like
so unnecessary.
it's so like just imply it or because this because with Tubi movies the sex scenes are basically real, so it's like when they show the other scenes it's like damn this nigga is really hurting her.
Yeah, and it's just like nobody at the whole studio and this whole production and the actors and the directors and the writers are like, I don't think we need this scene. Like nobody had that thought, or somebody did say it, and they were like, "Why you being a bitch?" This is what the people want.
Or they said cut, but the nigga was really into it.
Yo.
He was like, "Stop," but he just got caught up in character.
And then he was like, "See."
Yeah, this movie.
I'm like, oh, he actually scratched my face. And that's method acting.
They take these actors. They take them to do a. They do a and bring them back to set.
It didn't like the story. The dude that did it didn't even pop back. He only had that one scene. That was the only scene he was in. And it didn't even like they could have just be like, yo, last night something happened, and then the same shit would have been.
That shit is crazy.
Like we would have still had the same assumption about the character. Like I think the whole point is like it's supposed to give you like depth and like, well, this is how far a woman will go when she's mistreated.
And it's fucked up.
Like all he had to do was punch her in the face.
Cause like
I would have got it.
You want to be proud when you show off like the movies or like whatever scene you're in. How do you show your mom? Like, yeah, this is my part coming up. and you just assaulting this woman in the hotel.
Yeah, that's funny. Sorry, I didn't think about that. This nigga's in a movie that he can't tell anybody he was at.
I knew this movie.
Like, yeah, we're going up to a woman in the club. Hey, you ever seen Glow? 8 minutes, that's me. When she like, stop! I'm the nigga that don't stop. Yo, this shit is so stupid.
Oh shit! No, this movie.
I almost stopped watching the movie then because I thought it wasn't gonna be good. Because I'm like, if they're starting off with this, I know it's just gonna be the same shit. But there was actually like a new types of characters in this. You know, like a different type of story, similar archetypes.
I knew it was gonna be good 3 minutes in, when they were at the strip club. So,
I knew. Yeah.
So for those that
good
are
strip club scene was good.
Yeah, for those that are Crystal the Doll fans, you start off seeing Crystal the Doll. Crystal the Doll, but she had to be. You think she was a stripper before this, right?
She might still be one.
Yeah, it definitely does give Players Club on a budget.
So we had this conversation in pre-production, but is there a point now? Sante, are you familiar with Players Club?
I've never seen it.
Well, for any of the listeners out there, a question that came to me was, do you think that Trix and Ronnie were the original prototype for on-screen strippers? It seems like since they kind of set the tone, they've been the goal to try to match it. I'm talking about from attitude to outfit.
Right.
So it's just very interesting to see that still carried on this late on. Yeah. Like it's 2024 now.
Yeah, they were ahead of their time of being. And I think that's what like a lot of these Tubi movies are trying to show, but they just haven't been able to match it. I mean, because the Players Club is just so legendary. You know, you got Lisa Ray, Bernie Mac, Ice Cube. So you know, it's a tough thing to follow.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to follow coming on the budget. And you know, just everything that these actors
98
are acting on. I'm gonna play this strip club scene right here.
Yeah, because it started out so good, and then it skipped 8 minutes. But but watch this part for sure.
Like you know, you get to start off first thing with Crystal the Doll. Her character name, and this is Gloria, also known as Glow.
I like that scene.
Yeah, I like that a lot, man. I've been calling these hoes before they knew they was hoes. Yeah. that line right there, I don't even think he needed a script. I think that sounded like that just rolled off the tongue.
No, I think that's who that was. I don't know who that was, but that's who he is. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And then I guess
and that was about 3 minutes in, and then I say you might want to skip around the 7 to 8 minute mark.
Yeah, just go ahead and skip that. Yeah. It's not necessary.
Is the audio only worse than having to actually see the scene because now you're forcing to listen to it and you have to imagine what's going on?
Yeah, like having to fill in the blanks on a scene like that is worse than actually.
Definitely wasn't a fan of that for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. You articulated it better than I would have, but when I was watching it, I was like, I kind of don't like that they panned away and kept the sound playing.
Yeah, like this is way worse.
I skipped it. I just pressed fast forward. Yeah. And yeah, I almost didn't want to watch this shit after this. But then it starts to get good. She has a best friend with a BBL, which is always a great Tubi archetype.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. If you like fat asses, this movie is definitely for you.
But even then, Nia Lee, this movie just put me on a Nia Lee. I didn't even know she was a
Ooh,
Bronx
Nia
rep.
Lee.
Yo, Nia Lee
I
is my new favorite person on
I don't know
Tubi.
who that is.
That's
chick
the
with
best
blonde,
friend,
with the chick with
Mia.
the blonde haircut.
Yeah, I mean, I know her from this, but I don't know.
But I'm telling you, I hope
She's a rapper. She's an actress. She's bad. She's from the Bronx.
But this movie, outside of the usual assault to women in Tubi fashion, this movie does kind of have a good message throughout it. I'm gonna play this scene right here.
The message is, if you get your ass and your lips plumped up, you will have a career.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is where Glow is faced with like a crossroad. Do I keep going down this path, or do I try to turn my life around in another way?
Yeah, but the person that tells her that is the woman that's like her mom's nurse.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to hear that from somebody that like you have to like watch old people die for money. If I'm making money in a strip club, I'm gonna be like, I don't think I want to take your life. I think I'll make thousands of dollars just taking my clothes off instead.
No, but look, with her mom. So yeah, in this movie, right, Glow is faced with a lot of tough choices, and it mainly comes from her mom being sick. Her mom is facing they don't really say what the illness is, but her mom is in bad shape. And I'm gonna play this scene right here around 11 minutes into the movie because it had me conflicted for a few reasons. I want y'all to listen close to this. I don't now that scene right there is kind of weird for me because it's it's supposed to be a sad scene, but they got this upbeat ass music behind it.
I think it's motivational because she's about to get the money to.
I actually wanted to give props to the guy who did the score for this movie.
The beginning, the first song, the funk song when the old head comes in the strip club. That was good. Like I noticed that.
There's a transitional point. I do believe that it may be after one of this sad scene or maybe the next major sad scene. But when they do the introduction of the Italian guys, they play French music and it's like French piano board music. It actually makes sense, but I thought it was very funny to watch it come in, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's weird because the director is Italian too, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think he gave a fuck.
This movie was definitely a way to wash money.
Yo, that's actually hold up. That's a great point. Like, because this is probably shot in Jersey. So if you're in contact with these guys, a production company, you go, hey, I'm in this state. I need to clean up my money here. I'm in Atlanta. I want to clean up my money here. Come shoot a movie here, and we'll wash it all. That's all.
Why you think that they probably move around so much? Yeah, I love that. And I think that's Crystal Dahl and Marcus Hart. I think that's their move. I think they go around helping people out because this guy's got one movie and this is it.
They're heroes.
Yeah, they are.
With this, so now that right there is essentially the plot of this movie where Glow is this stripper trying to figure out how she could help her mother who's facing some type of illness. She's trying to find a way to get her mother some medicine or some way to just make her better throughout this. And this is where she has the conversation with Denzel Dandridge, who plays Chris. Oh, also too, when you watch this movie, you need to keep your remote by you because I think when they edit these movies, they're just doing it through earphones because they don't pay attention to how the movie is actually going to sound on the TV. Because how are you watching this? You watching this on your laptop?
I watched this on my phone. I think I was just laying down in bed on my phone watching.
Watching this on the TV, man, I had most movies or most TV shows. I got the volume of anywhere in the 20 to maybe 30 range, and that's loud. This movie, it was certain points of this movie where I had to put the volume up to 85 on my TV because you just couldn't hear shit.
Damn.
They were saying. And then it was because I had the volume up so high, it was other moments where it sounded like the person was yelling because the audio just kept fluctuating. So for my Tubi directors, my Tubi audio people, videography people, when y'all finish the movie, watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold them to a higher standard now.
Yeah, these niggas are just finishing the movie and putting it out like it's due at midnight. Yo, we not rushing it. Take your time. We want y'all to put out the best work because we want to support y'all. And like you said, this is this director's first movie. So you want to give the people a great impression.
Yeah. The vibes on these movies sometimes are very rushed. These are like some very like C's get degrees type of movies. They're just like, I'm gonna turn something in rather than nothing. Yeah, that's a good point. These things have to be like, this is a good one. Like, there's a lot of movies that suck, but there's enough good ones that I need to hold these to a high standard.
Right.
Cause especially Crystal the Doll. You don't play with Crystal the Doll's audio. Camille Hassan, he was good in this.
Yeah. I love to see.
There's one scene where he's just like shoots at some women. No, what does he say? I think he just goes, "Ayo, bitch," and then just starts shooting. I was like, "Damn, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, but kind of hard."
But I'm gonna finish the scene right here.
Ayo, bitch.
So they're trying to find some medicine that's not even in clinical trials. Are these niggas trying to bribe the CDC?
Yeah, what kind of who's in this position?
These niggas are illegally paying for the cure to cancer. And then in this, right, so do we want to spoil it? All right.
Spoil how?
All right, so
There's parts of it we could like
all right,
give
so
to the people.
all right, so in this, so they're trying to figure out how they could get this money. Glow, she's a stripper, but she needs the money a little faster. So she might have some good nights at the club, but she's trying to figure out how she could get this money immediately because of her mom's condition. So she ends up robbing some drug dealers to get the money for the medicine. And she gives the medicine to her mom, who immediately dies. And it's not funny, but this is why you don't take shit that's not in production. This is why you don't give your sick mom experimental medicine.
Yeah, all her decisions in this movie kind of lead to her own downfall. That's a shitty decision.
Uh,
The FDA does exist for a reason. You're right about that. Also, how you find out about it if it's not even in clinical trials? Like, what does this do? Is he a nurse or something?
Oh, he is a nurse? Oh, okay. So later in this movie comes the introduction of Camille Hassan. Camille Hassan, this is our guy right here. In this movie, he's playing banger. Drug dealer, running his own little drug enterprise. And he comes across this young kid, Noah. And Noah, he's out there, trying to get money, trying to provide for his family because his mom, she's strung out. And they have a real interesting conversation one day. I appreciate the message. It's just coming from the wrong person. It ain't about how you make your money. Just from the nigga that's chopping off people pinkies for not having his drug money.
You gotta be nice to the kids though. Then that's the don't sell drugs, play basketball or draw.
The most valued information I've ever received in life has generally come from shitty people of that ilk. Because they wanted you to do better than what they're actually doing. A lot of them mean that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that where like that's usually where if you on that path already, that's who you're gonna take advice from.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you already are out there, you're not gonna take advice from somebody that's in the church every fucking day and don't know shit. Because what the fuck do they know about you? But somebody that goes, everything you did, I know what you did here, I know what you did here, and I know what the next move is gonna be. That's not gonna work. You're gonna go to jail. Like that's who people want to hear shit from. Nobody wants to hear fucking advice from somebody they have no relation to and shit.
Yeah. And so later on in this movie.
Oh, and actually no, you're right.
So later on in this movie, that kid right there, Noah, he's over at his friend's house, and his friend's dad just happens to be a detective that's working to solve a case, Detective Steven, and which is like ironic, where it's like this detective don't even know that he got a little drug dealer spending the night with his son, but I love these storylines, man. But they have Detective Steven has his conversation with his son, asking the kid, like, what is he going to do about when is he going home, and this is how this conversation goes.
Priorities.
Yeah, she might be a shitty mom, but she still wants her kid to get a good education, man. So you could ask for.
She want him to get food, someone to eat, so she don't have to cook for him. That's what it is a lot of time. It's like if you're not in school, then you're not eating. Sorry to make it sad.
No, but it gets even sadder. So
yeah, this movie does get very sad.
Yeah,
times.
cause Glow, her mom.
Oh yeah, I had that saved too.
Her mom eventually passes away after taking the medicine that isn't FDA approved. She was passing away after getting the medicine. She spent $12,000 for it, and after that, she runs into a friend, the stud. They have a conversation in the car. I appreciated that scene for so many reasons, because
that shit is so out of nowhere.
It's so out of nowhere, but it shows you like studs when they commit to being a nigga, even they ain't shit too. Yeah. Because you ever hear the saying that a woman could be going through some trauma and there's still gonna be a nigga trying to fuck? Yeah. Like you ever like she's stressed about work and how she gonna feed her son. You ever ask a chick for a pic?
No.
Let me see them titties. Meanwhile, she trying to figure out when her baby dad gonna come pick up her son.
That's mean. That's fucked up. That is a good saying. I never heard it put like that.
Yeah. Now this movie, I like. There was some plot holes in it.
I definitely have tried to fuck after a funeral. Now I think about it, I'm like, damn. I forgot that the funeral was the day. I'm sorry for that. You know who you are. Thanks for listening.
Overall, this was a good movie, and I don't want to spoil the end because I actually like this movie. What would you give this movie?
I would give this movie a 3.5.
Same. Definitely a 3.5. Just because a lot of things we got to see a lot of our favorites, and we got to see them in a different setting. So it might be one thing to watch them act in Detroit because they comfortable. Mm-hmm. They got their home court advantage. To see them step outside of their normal environment and go strip and sell drugs in another city, it was nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
Okay.
Yeah, there was once again the little things that I appreciated more. One, the diversity of cast, the diversity of storyline, because like I said, for you to have 3 different rival drug sets, like everyone gets their own kind of character and background. It was a lot to contribute at one time. So I definitely appreciated this for what it was.
Good movie. Like I said, when the movies are close by and they can get to us, it's good that we don't have a lot of shit to talk. It's positive. I didn't even have to lie. I actually like this.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're looking for something to watch, man, definitely check out Glow. We highly recommend this. I give it I give it about a 3.5, 4 also. So yeah, if you're looking for something to watch, Glow is it. Oh, and also next week, the next Tubi movie that we'll be watching stars another Tubi favorite, stars Jamal Gravy Willard. Will You Marry Me? That'll be the next movie.
Oh, he's getting married? Even if it's just in a movie, I'd like to congratulate him on that because he's not that type of actor that does those roles.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for something to watch, man, check out Glow. Keep supporting these Tubi actors, and most importantly, keep supporting us, man. So coming around, we will be introducing some new segments. But with the new segments that we'll be introducing, is definitely going to need some listener participation. We want to start a advice segment, so we definitely want to do that. And also keep sending us your questions. Keep sending us your questions. Anything you want to know from, like, whether it be about us or just our perspective or takes on things.
Yeah, DM the podcast page. And just, whatever you got on your mind, let us know. No judgment here.
Yeah. The sillier the better.
Yeah, sillier the better. There's no bad questions. There's just stupid ones.
Yeah.
So, don't be fucking stupid. But that's about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that I guess is another good episode, and we'll be back with y'all next week, man. Just keep supporting us. So wait, when is your show?
Oh, I got a show on it's Wednesday. What the fuck is today? It's the 25th.
Mhm.
All right, so the 28th I got a show.
Hello?
I'm doing it every month though, so it's gonna be fun in the fall. So
Yeah.
if you get a chance,
Yeah, so definitely, if y'all looking for something to do, you in Brooklyn, if you're in the New York area, check out that monthly show. Where is it? What spot?
it's at Blue Deck in Flatbush.
Yeah, if you don't get to the Flatbush area, hop your ass on that 2-3. And yeah. All right, we got another. It's been a good episode, man. It's been another good episode. Pepsi, he had to leave us.
That's your catchphrase, right?
What?
This has been a good one. That's your catchphrase.
Yeah, Pepsi, he had to leave us. He didn't know how to act today.
Yeah.
But-
He had to be put on timeout because that's what they do in the White households. Put the dogs on timeout.
Yeah, Pepsi is sitting on a stool in the corner right now.
He's facing the corner.
But
Not allowed to turn around.
yeah, we out of here, man. I'm Anthony Moore,
I'm Asante Morris.
and we catch y'all next week.